Good morning, everybody. It's so good to have
Good
everybody
morning.
here. Good morning, Jackie. How are you doing?
I'm well. Can you hear me okay? We've got a lot of traffic this morning.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an echo of me hearing me,
Okay,
but otherwise it's fine.
awesome.
Can you hear me? I
I
love
can hear you
that.
great.
I love that little. It looks like you're in the island somewhere. Which
I
technically,
know it's the roof of the garage. It's awesome.
I love
It's
it so
detached.
much.
It gives us a little tropical with the birds of paradise. It's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, I love it so much. Well, quickly introduce yourself. Tell everybody where you are, what you do, all those good things, and then we'll have some fun.
Well, hi everybody. I am Jackie Hyatt and I am Yoga 231. That's how you can find me on my website or Facebook or Instagram. I'm a yoga instructor here in Sarasota, Florida. As my passion and second vocation, my first vocation is I'm also an architect. I don't usually mention that, but that's my day job. My husband and I have a company together and we run it together from our little haven here in Sarasota, Florida.
I
And
love it so
so,
much.
yeah.
And I love how in the past, you've always blended that love of architecture and structure
Oh, yeah.
into breathing and foundation, like the foundation of the body and everything. Like, I love how,
Hmm.
isn't it interesting how we feed ourselves into what?
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful.
It's just something that comes from your gut, whatever it is that you do. If you bring your mind and your heart and your gut in alignment,
Yeah.
it's what you should be doing. And whenever I think about yoga and whenever I process thought, it's always let's get to the bottom of it and build up from there, whatever it is. Yeah.
Sounds like something an architect would say. Would you like to take us into the sunrise this beautiful, chilly morning?
I would.
I
Okay.
would.
So, find a comfortable position wherever that may be. There's a truck going by. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay. All right. Okay, so whether you're lying in bed or in your car or in your kitchen or walking your dog or wherever you may be, find a comfortable space inside of you. If you're seated with me now, go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Take a deep breath in and send it all the way down into your base. Go ahead and imagine yourself in your very favoriteest place in nature. Imagine that you're seated or lying down or standing in your most favorite spot in nature, and you're grounding your body into the earth, making that connection with Mother Earth and with the fruit of all of our existence. Knowing that anything and everything that you need is being provided and always be provided by her. And take a deep breath in and allow your spine to elongate and the crown of your head to rise up. And let this symbolize the freedom and the confidence that you have because you know you are safe and you are grounded and you are supported. Go ahead and begin to scan your body, starting at the top of your head and moving down in between your eyebrows and into your jaw and down into your shoulders. Continuing downward with love and acceptance, without judgment. With gratitude. Begin to notice your breath. Begin to elongate your breathing to your count of 5. in the inhale, 5 in the exhale. Stopping to notice the transition between your inhale and your exhales. As thoughts begin to arise, ask who's doing the talking and who's doing the listening. Let's take a few more rounds of breaths here. Continuing to focus on that count of 5. Notice your emotional state. Scan your body for what emotions you're having and where they may be. Relaxing your shoulders. I want to share an idea that I have recently been reacquainted with. And it has to do with emotional reasoning and cognitive mental distortions. How sometimes we can take our emotions and make them reality. One of the things that I've recently became pretty familiar with and now really taken to my own understanding of life is that the person driving the car of you is not your rational mind, it's your emotional mind. Your rational mind is the one you want to think is driving, but it's not. It's sitting in the passenger seat, talking to your emotional mind, but your emotional mind is the one that actually inspires your actions. So, for example, when you're in an anxious state, you will go directly to the first thing that you do when you're anxious, pace or stress eat or whatever it is that you may do when you're anxious. And you know rationally that you shouldn't be doing that. But when you're in an anxious state of mind, you can't think. All of your thinking abilities are out the door. You can only act. And if there's no action you can take, you will go to the first pattern of behavior that you already have programmed into your brain. So, one of the types of cognitive distortions that can lead to this is called emotional reasoning. And emotional reasoning is you will say to yourself, I think this, so it must be true. For example, I feel guilty, therefore I must have done something wrong. So, when you're in a state like this, the best thing to do is stop and breathe and wake your parasympathetic nervous system back up to put you back into a state of calm. And that way you can go back to possibly letting the mind, the thinking mind, talk to the emotional mind in a way that's productive. So, in that note, let's all go ahead and practice a little pranayama together that I really like when I'm in a state of anxiety and I just need to get right back down and centered. And it's called the 4-7-8 series. And if you want to allow your eyes to flutter open for a minute, because I like to add a little movement to this because sometimes I can't sit still when I'm truly anxious. So the movement that I use is I inhale to the count of 4, bringing my hands to heart center. Then I press my hands into my heart and I feel it beating as I hold my breath for 7. And then as I exhale to the count of 8, I open my palms up, basically opening myself up to the universe and to the fact that I have confidence that the universe has my back. So let's go ahead and allow our eyes to flutter closed. I'll count you through the first set, and then I want you all to just go ahead and set it to your own breath pace. Okay, so allow your eyes to flutter closed. And let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, hands to heart center. Hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, opening hands, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now continue at your own pace. Do a few more here together. Noticing where your shoulders are, relaxing the jaw. Take one last round here. When your palms come down to your lap again, place them palms down and allow your breath to return to normal. The benefits of this breathing practice will take a few minutes to really land. So usually after I practice, I just sit for a few minutes and give it the opportunity to fully arrive. We'll go ahead here and allow our eyes to gently flutter open. Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Man, I didn't know if I was going to be able to hold it that long. Mentally, when you think about it, it seems like a long time.
Yeah, it's really one of the only ways to truly send the message to your brain that you're good. Holding the breath is the most important part of calming down.
I love that whole thought process about the brain and how it works. And I remember there was a while ago, there was this whole thing about the limbic brain and your something other brain, your neocortex, and how your neocortex is responsible for your speech and understanding and reasoning, but your limbic is your primal brain that responds to fear and anxiety. And if you feel like there's something wrong, like your gut is telling you there's something wrong and you don't necessarily know how to articulate that there's something wrong, it's because your limbic brain is not responsible for communication. It's responsible for feeling. And it sounds exactly like what you were talking about when you let your primal brain take over. which
It's
is what
good.
we needed to do for so many years.
Right.
To
Yeah, but we
survive
were given a
nature.
brain because sometimes a past trauma will trigger your limbic response. So you need to think about, you can't just trust it every time because it may be trying to help you through something that's actually not a danger right now. That's why you got to stop and breathe and not react, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I don't remember if it was something I heard or if it was one of the meditations, but when you're triggered and you start like breathing really fast, that fast breathing makes it worse. Like it's, and
Yeah.
so suddenly the problem might not even be a problem. It's just your brain thinks there's a problem simply because of how you're breathing.
Right. And that's why we hold our breath. It's the equivalent of breathing into a paper bag, basically. It's you're holding your breath, and that's stop. It's the opposite of shallow breathing, which is what is making you feel all stressed out.
Although you have to think, how cool would it be if we all just walked around with little paper bags in our pockets? And like when we're dealing with a really stressful situation, like if we go into like the bank and they're being stupid or whatever about something, and we just like pull out a paper bag and we start huffing into. I think people would take us a little bit more seriously and be like, "Oh, okay."
I'm pretty sure that your ideas are just all coming together in this really cool spot where people can have like a cat on their chest, a purring cat, or a paper bag. Which one do you want?
I think a purring cat with paper bags. Like the purring cat hands you your paper bag and then you go along your merry way.
I'm telling you, there's a spark of something there. I think it's
with emotional pie on top.
emotional pie. Emotional pie is definitely going to be the name of the business.
I love
Emotional pie.
so much. You are amazing. Thank you for like the
How are
most
you?
possible way to get into the day. I hope everybody has a beautiful rest of their day. It's chilly.
It is.
Run around and
Here, I got thermals on
yeah.
in Sarasota.
Got my full winter jacket on. our northern friends are laughing at us right now. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, letting us feel your energy all together. Jackie, thank you so much for everything.
You're so welcome. Everybody have a great day.
Bye, guys.